Jennifer Lawrence, the Oscar-winning actress whose magnetic presence has lit up screens from The Hunger Games to Don't Look Up, has always approached fame with a disarming authenticity. But it's her role as a mother that has reshaped her world in profound, often unspoken ways. With two young children, a 3-year-old son named Cy and a newborn welcomed earlier this year alongside husband Cook Maroney, Jennifer recently peeled back the curtain on her motherhood journey during an exclusive interview. Speaking at the New York premiere of her upcoming thriller Die My Love, she shared rare insights into the postpartum haze, the vital lifeline of community, and how parenting has infused her craft with unprecedented depth. Far from the polished perfection of Hollywood narratives, Jennifer's reflections reveal motherhood as a brutal and incredible force, one that amplifies emotions, upends routines, and ultimately expands the soul. At the heart of her story is the postpartum period, a time Jennifer describes as a delicate dance between euphoria and exhaustion. Welcoming Cy in 2022 marked her plunge into first-time motherhood, a role she embraced with the same fierce curiosity that defines her performances. But the transition wasn't seamless. The hormonal crash post-birth left her navigating uncharted emotional waters. As a mom, especially when I was a new first-time mom, my community and having a mom community was so vital, she confided, her voice warm with hindsight. This network, forged in playground chats, mommy and me classes, and school gates, became her anchor. Having a community is so important, and just being able to check in with other women like, is this normal? These casual confessions over coffee, is the constant crying phase ever ending? Or, why does everything feel so overwhelming yet magical? Normalized the chaos, turning isolation into solidarity. With her second child arriving amid a bustling career, Jennifer found these bonds even more crucial. The anonymity of park benches allowed her to shed the J-Law persona, connecting as just another mom juggling diapers and deadlines. Even just meeting moms from the park or mommy and me class, or eventually meeting other parents in my son's school, she elaborated, painting scenes of shared stroller walks and whispered advice. This sisterhood extended beyond the immediate. Friends like Emma Stone and Adele, fellow moms in the industry, offered late-night texts and playdate invites. For Jennifer, who married Cook, a grounded art dealer, in 2019, these connections balanced the scales, reminding her that vulnerability is the glue of true friendship. Motherhood's influence seeps into her work with startling clarity, particularly in Die My Love, where she embodies Grace, a woman unraveling under isolation's grip. Starring opposite Robert Pattinson in this psychological drama premiering soon, Jennifer drew directly from her experiences. It was really easy for me to see and follow that path of isolation and how much that would affect my mental well-being, she explained, linking her character's descent to the solitude she skirted post-baby. Without her village, those early months might have mirrored Grace's spiral, sleepless nights morphing into doubt, the world shrinking to 4 walls. Instead, community buffered the blows, teaching her that seeking help isn't weakness but wisdom. What elevates Jennifer's perspective is her dual lens, as mother and former child star. Entering adulthood under the Hunger Games spotlight at 20, she grappled with lost innocence, but parenthood flipped the script. I had more information than I would have if I wasn't a mom, 'cause I have the perspective from the child, she noted thoughtfully. Now she attunes to a tiny nervous system, Cy's fretful cries or the baby's soft coos, mirroring her own youthful anxieties. Which I just wouldn't have had before if I wasn't thinking about another person's nervous system all day, every day. I just wouldn't be aware. This empathy revolutionizes her acting. Scripts once read for plot now pulse with parental subtext. A line about fear? It evokes Cy's first fever. Isolation? The pang of leaving for a shoot. It's not just when I'm shooting a movie, Jennifer emphasized, but when in the day I read a script. It just changes everything. Earlier this year at Cannes she unpacked this shift. Having children changes everything, it changes your whole life. It's brutal and incredible. They go into every decision of if I'm working, where I'm working, when I'm working. Logistically it's a puzzle, nannies, travel schedules, Cook's gallery commitments, but emotionally it's transformative. I didn't know that I could feel so much, and my job has a lot to do with emotion, she continued. They've opened up the world to me. It's almost feeling like a blister or something, so sensitive. So they've changed my life, obviously, for the best, and they've changed me creatively. This sensitivity manifests in subtle ways. A tearier take on set, deeper character immersion, or advocating for family-friendly shoots. Post-Cy, Jennifer paused her career, using the break to savor milestones. First steps in their New York brownstone finger painting sessions that stain white rugs. The second baby's arrival amplified this, blending chaos and joy in equal measure. Sleepless feeds blur into dawn walks with Cook, their conversations evolving from art critiques to diaper debates. Yet, she insists, the brutal edges forge the beauty, the ache of separation fueling fiercer reunions, vulnerability birthing authentic art. Jennifer's journey echoes broader maternal truths. Like many, she navigated societal pressures, Instagram's curated bliss clashing with real-life mess. Her candor destigmatizes this, inspiring fans to voice their not-so-perfect stories. Off-screen, she champions causes like maternal health equity, partnering with organizations to fund postpartum support in underserved communities. Every challenge has its silver linings, she reflected, a mantra born from midnight revelations. As Die My Love looms, Jennifer eyes future roles through this maternal prism, perhaps a family dramedy channeling her joys. With Sigh's giggles as her soundtrack and the baby's gurgles as rhythm, she's not just acting, she's living fuller. Motherhood for her isn't a detour but the main plot, raw, relentless, and radiantly hers.